letters, one word.
The meaning of life.
Happy October, Lions! Juice! Previously on Kimba TV. When you say 63 is lost, what does that mean? Because we just talked about how you could swing fail all of those lows, right? So for me, losing those lows, even if it makes bullish structure like a swing fail pattern, for me, I would consider 63 lost and the structure has changed, and I would start to look for a 64.5, 65 short. That doesn't mean I won't take a swing fail pattern long, but I would much more prefer to look for like a 64.5, 65 short.
How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing?
Let's go! Yeah!
How we doing?
How we doing?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Sing it. Lions, how we doing, boy? Who juice? Who juice? Everybody? Oh man, quit playing with me. How we doing, Lions? Is everybody caught up on yesterday's TA? Everybody good to go?
Juice, 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 juice. Math, math.
You just said.
Do I have, what time is it? 9:30? Do I have everybody's blessing for a quick little morning Latuche breakfast of champions, boy? Wassel says, do you think 61.8 lows could get swept as well? That's where the rest of my TPs are, brother. What's my two-factor? Yes, who was that asked? Wassel says, do you think 61.8 lows could get swept as well? Yes, yeah, Wassel, that's where the last of my short TPs are. Yeah. Logic says, any positions? The same from Friday. All of my Blowfin and BitUnix shorts are closed. So, I mean, what's the last exchange that I'm going to keep open? I have a little bit of Kraken left and a little bit of what? There you go. All right, Wassel. That would be the last bit of the 25. So you're asking this, right? Yeah, that's it. Same plan as yesterday, basically. ND says, I'm eyeing on 62.3 to grab the lows as valid. Yeah, I mean, I think 62 breaks, don't you? I mean, I'm a big level to level guy, so I like the yellow lines more. So you know that I'm going to be doing this again. This time it's, look at where the 382 lines up, or the 05. All right. But I'm sure everybody can see that there's all that war talk and there's a whole bunch of volume coming into traditional markets. So it just depends on where S&P is going to go. This is your Bugama for today. 57.05. Maybe the second peak is around 56.55. Yeah, it kind of starts to get turned into a shit show. 56.55. And then do you guys remember what I said about like this? Probably clean all those highs. So I would still be looking for a little like that. Maybe like this. I don't think anything's really changed since yesterday. I don't really know what the open interest and CVD and shit look like on this 3 drives because I was on my flight. But yeah, so down, down, down. Target would be here, here. What is this? Is this golden poquito? Okay, so there you go. You already hit your target on your 3 drives. So 1, 2, 3. Target is golden poquito. So you already hit your target. Yeah, no, I don't think anything's really changed since yesterday, so yeah, man. And then CME, we need to put this here. No, just kind of bing bong ding dong and bing bong ding dong ding dong. What is the 63,650? That's also an interesting level. 63.32, maybe like a bearish retest. We'll see. Any questions? Juice, 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 juice. We nothing. Okay, 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 okay. Juicy. We nothing. Let's go. Let's go. Juice, juice, juice. Math, math, math. All right, let me load up the chat, see what you guys are saying. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I already have my shorts from Friday, right? I showed them. I showed you guys where the rest of my TPs are. Let's say, for example, like today, we don't get the CME sweep. Let's say like it holds the value area low. Where would it rotate to next? That's a possibility. Excuse me. That's a possibility, right? And that's also a possibility. Clean all of that. So it's bing bong ding dong. Obviously, we're hella close to the bad lows. So yeah, it would be nice if we just get it today. But yeah, and so I'm trying to figure out how I want to play this. There's an opportunity to scalp. I don't know if I would really do that. Yeah, I think for me, the next would be to see what happens at 61,825, 62 basically. And see if that actually is worth longing or if we're going to continue down and head towards our next level. You guys remember what our next level is? So these are kind of like my levels right here. There you go. So that's still nice, nice. That's still nice, nice. Still haven't deleted the box. Smooth this. Let's go. Do you guys remember what we talked about? So volume levels, right? What did I say? It was more important than the Fibonacci levels, the yellow and the blue, correct? What was the second prioritization? Time. Regardless if it went to golden pocket, 75886, I don't give a shit. It better get the fuck back up. You cannot diddle down there like Diddy, right? And then you can maybe sprinkle in some Fibonacci. So there has not been a 30-minute body close below the swing fail level. Has it lost golden pocket at all? So is the SFP invalidated? Yes or no? Any questions? Now, obviously, like a lot of this stuff, we're talking about it as it's happening, but it's really the anticipatory stuff. All of that narration that I did is because we've seen this hundreds and thousands of times. So the question is can you guys remember this next time? That's it. Any questions? We're not
here to predict the future. We're just letting the data tell us. How we doing? Let's get nasty, boy. Let's go. You don't need no other streamer. Let's go. 5 minutes on the 30-minute candle close. Any questions? Actually, no, we can keep the box there. But yeah, 58 will be amazing now. Fuck. We have two. How long do we have, chat? To get into a little juicy thing. Too easy. You gotta be testing it. Let's go. Math. Let's go. Juicy. How? Yeah. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Juicy. Math. How we doing? And you know, like this looked good, right, Marino? What was the problem with this, Marino? This low. Do you remember? So if it does some goofy shit like this, bro, you know, whenever a low is put in, I always ask you what? Is it good or is it bad, right? Are there any imbalances? So we gotta wait and see. This first one looked good. The second one confirmed, and then it made a fucking bad low. Fuck. Right? Can this be different? We'll see. ND says, imagine the 886 again. Oh my God. Don't encourage. No, that would be bad. That would be ass. But in a way though, isn't it funny? The 886ers, the longers, they're making the bad low, and then in essence, they're getting swept. If you think about it, the 886 longers are the ones that made the bad low and they had to get swept. So in the end, it's like they kind of got what they were destined to get. You know what I'm saying? Lions, how y'all feeling? It's their fault? Nah, it's hey, but it's imagine one, not hearing me, but two, not being able to individually tell, oh my God, that's not good. And we're just reading the data, baby. Right? Stop the music, stop the music. Did everybody have this blue line ready to go? So remember, make sure you have levels to the downside, levels to the upside identified, single prints, imbalances, sweep levels.
You just said.
All right, volume levels, resistance turning into support. Okay, everybody gooch? Biostatistics, where did the blue line come from? The bad low. So if you didn't know how to pull that blue line, one, you got to watch the highlights because we already talk about all this. You know, all of these days when it was like kind of about to break this, we were already talking about that getting swept. So nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know, what kind of edge we would look at, what kind of structure, none of that stuff really changes. Time spent, all that stuff. But man, that 58, even that 57 sweep. Y'all ready? And then just for shits and I don't know if it fits, but yeah, no, it doesn't fit. Y'all ready for the Gucci Magucci? You guys excited for October? I'm super excited for October because if the 1 mil spot buys are gonna happen, it's probably this month.
What did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
You know what I mean? If we're gonna do that thing, and we're gonna do that thing, it's probably gonna be this month, right? I don't know if it just keeps going. I don't. Paul says, I've got a question. When it drops like this fast, do you wait for your support boxes to hit with the edges? Correct. So here's what I would say, Paul. Have you seen, is your sample size big enough, Paul, where you have seen things like 3 drives or Kimba Crown, or if it is a sweep, the Golden Pocket, the 7-5, even the fucking 8-8-6 gets retested. So you've got to be able to trust your own experience. And for some of you guys that have a smaller sample size, you might be in a little bit of a hybrid Maroc 33 scenario. What the fuck is a 7-5 diffit? So yes, Paul, like it's, you know, how many times have you gotten the pixel perfect bottom, okay, only to have that bitch come back, round trip you, and then it makes like a lower low, you know, it like stops you out and then it goes. So it depends on how many times you've seen that to be able to trust that you don't necessarily need to be the first guy in the first wick. So I would love a 3 drives. I would love a trident. So there's structural edge. Somebody said, Lord Spaniard says, anybody clip when Kimbo covered bullish, bearish edge? So there's structural edge. Okay, Spaniard, like a what? Swing fail. There is no swing fail level down there though, unless it makes like a whole bunch of bad lows right here, right? But swing fail, failed auction, 3 drives. So there's structural edge. There's open interest edge. And then there's things like CVD, RSI, divergence, MACD, whatever divergence you want to use, whatever oscillating divergence you want to use, edge. All right, and then there's the anticipatory. So you're not going to get all 3 to work in your favor. You're probably going to get 1. So what would you prioritize? And let's say, for example, you get a structural edge, but no open interest or CVD. How would you play it? What if you get open interest, but there's nothing structural? Would you wait? Like that, Lord Spaniard. Yeah, I mean, I would love something like this, you know, dink, 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 dink. Yeah, but for me, I'm going to wait for the level down there. I don't see anybody trapped. If you want a long, it shouldn't be called resistance. You mean 60K support. I'm just, yep. Should I place my entry at 60K or a little bit up like 60.1? Well, that's up to you and the exchange, Sefid. Like some exchanges with a lot of liquidity, you're going to be able to do that pixel perfect. If you're using something like Blowfin or Tapbit, I usually give it $50, $100, a little bit extra. I also would not recommend putting in just blind limits, Sebified. How do you know that it's really bullish? So, Sebified, there's something, well, you know what? I don't want to mess you up. If you want to put blind limits in, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? But there's also, you can definitely take your time and make sure that it's looking bullish. Sebified, I meant trying to catch a long from 60. Yeah, I mean, for me, you know exactly how I play it. I like to get structural, open interest, divergence. LPZ says, yeah, and tell me the stops as well. Easy. It depends on structure. If this is the first pivot of the trident, then this. I don't know where the low would be, but that's your stop loss. And then you would do something like this and try to see if you can get in right there. But that would be your stop loss. whatever that low is. I would let that dip and then come out. Because if it just dips and then stays in here, oh my God. Probably the 57 sweep. All right, y'all. I will be back in about 2 hours or so. How many of y'all are going to still be here? How many of you guys dipping right now? J-Bomb says, what data are you looking at that tells you this isn't the bottom? Stop the music. I'm just sticking to my plan from 2 weeks ago. Last week and a half ago. Yeah. Do you remember when we nerded out on this level already? So we already nerded out on this. Also, remember that before we got into pixel perfect top short, do you remember all the other short attempts that we had? And do you remember when we put the TPs in live? So if you go back to some of those, we nerded out on these levels too. But I'm just sticking to my plan is going to be the thing. Yeah. Because the funny thing is, J-Bomb, you might be like, hey, why isn't the bottom in right here? And I'll be like, no, I think it might be lower. And then somebody else is going to come in tomorrow and be like, why did you short 59.5? I mean, why did you long 59.5? It's just kind of, you know, we're never going to be able to convince each other's subconscious. So if you feel like 60,600 could hold and you don't think 60,000 will sweep, the other thing too that I would really emphasize that you guys take a look at is CME levels. I don't want to like alarm you, but CME has a very interesting thing around like 59,850. So it's right below this crucial 60,000. So maybe it's going to be a bank. But ultimately, what I'm going to be looking at, J-Bomb, is the reaction of 60,000 on CME. And if it does it tomorrow, fantastic. If this wants to do a bearish retest on the blue line, fantastic. These are 30-minute candles, and you know me, we don't really get bearish on the penetration. We don't get bullish on the penetration. It's the retest. Any questions? Nicholas says, I'm not sure. It looks like inverting. Don't go with it looks like. Or do you want to make money or you want to fuck the candle? Don't go with it looks like. How many shorts are open? How many longs are open? How many longs closed? How many shorts closed? How many longs still open? How many shorts still open? Alrighty. So go with identifying probabilities, brother. All right. Try to do your best to go with probabilities. Yeah. And could this be like a bottom? Sure. I don't really know what that means. Like this is what I was saying. This is support. So this is normal, right? That would still be a trident. All right, but I don't know. Would you? I would get bullish if it does some shit like this. Start to change structure. I want the structure to start changing here. CME really has, you know, like this isn't really a heavy area. This is. So, yeah, I mean, if it wants to do some goofy shit, that's okay. But especially with that and then support. So ideally, it's something like that. Alrighty. J-Bomb, you Gucci? Devil in a can, I have forgotten. I'll be back in about 2 hours. So wait for me, market makers. And then that is for the rest of the year right there. Bugatti. All right, y'all, stay safe. Math is the math.